We are continuing our Shiur on Otzrot Chaim. We are starting a new pereck in Shaar, Nekudim, pereck Yud. Pereck Yud. The old edition is of Tet Vav Amud Aleph, and in Matuk Midvash it's page Reish Chaf Gimel. Ve'at says the Arizal. Ve'ata tzarer shenevar ma'inyon. Oh, I put in brackets a mativ o. Aispashtus and niskal. Remember, just to remind ourselves, remember we had, well, let me just read a few more words. Shenispashto chochma v'bina der shnei kavim yamin u'smol ad mokom chesed v'gvur k'niskalel. Remember we learned last year and two shiurim as well, that we had a bit of conflict of interest in the oros. The oros were breaking. The kelim, the spheres were breaking, and we know the kelim fell into Bia, Bria Yitzia Asiya, and the all were just falling down into Madregas lower in Atzilus, not into Bria, into Atzilus. But obviously it needs a kelim, so it's grabbing onto the first kelim to get. The problem was when other kelim were breaking, it couldn't find where to go because we're running out of kelim. Right? Therefore, Keser expanded itself, made room for Tiferet and Yesod and Malchut and Das, all the spheres, the middle Kavi. Bina, in that order, Bina as opposed to Chochma, Bina expanded itself, and then Gvura and Hod, all those lights went flying into that area. And then Chochma expanded itself, and then Chesed and Netzach went into that Mokum over there. Now how far did they expand themselves? Important to remember. As far as the Chagat Achatikun. The Chagat of Zun Achatikun, that's as far as they got. The Kelim Choch Keter Chochma Bina went down as far as Chesed Gvur Netzach, Chesed Gvura and Tiferet of Zun or of Za Achatikun. Okay, just remember that there was a spashtus of this all. Now the shaila is
of the kelim.
Of the kelim of chokhmah of kachab, keter chokhmah bina. The shaila over here that the Arizal is asking us is, what was the koach that made this spashtus? We understand there was a tzorach there in order to accommodate for the all that was needed a kelim.
Yes.
And therefore, I told you the next person is going to speak about. And so what was the Indian over there? What was the koach that made this ispashtus come about? So he says, I'll read that again. Va'ata tzar shivar shenivar mai in ispashtus niska le'el shispashtu chochma bina der shnei kavim yamin v'smol ad mokum hachesed v'gur niska le'el ve'inin ki haya bekoach Oisa machorayim shel Abba v'Ima shenoflu ad mokom hachesed v'gvura k'nitzka le'el. Oh, so therefore he's megalit us the Yisod. There is mishum ha'koach. What is a koach? Because if you remember, we had a nefila of the achorayim Abba v'Ima. Remember the achorayim, which is, I can either call it the achorayim Abba v'Ima or the nahi of Abba v'Ima. They broke and they fell into this mokum, which we spoke about last time again, which was the future chagas of Zah. It fell into that mocker. So mikoach, that force that enabled the spashtus now of Abba v'Ima, including Keser. Ve'elu hem habechinas shenispashtu derech hakavim. And those are the bechinas that came down derech hakavim. Lahalbisho et chesed v'gvura v'netzach v'hod, and all the spheres went into that mokum. Okay?
No, sorry, just...
What were the extra? What didn't you have?
Just those 4 lines. I mean, in my... כי היה בכוח עושה מאחוריים של אבא ואמא שנפלו עד מקום החסד והגבורו. Was that the ispashtus?
Yeah.
כנ"ל. I just don't manage to read.
Where are you up to? Ad chesed midah. Va'ininu, this is the teretz. Va'ininu כי היה בכוח עושה מאחוריים של אבא ואמא שנופלו עמוק חסד וגבורה ותפארת שווים כניצקה לאל. Remember we had the Filas of Chaim?
Yeah.
They fell down. Where did they fall down to?
Atzilus.
To where in Atzilus? Into the Chagat. In the Chagat of Achatikun.
Yes.
Achatikun, right? So we had a Chagat. It fell into that future Mokum, which is called Chagat. Shel Shazah. Very good. That's it.
לכן,
Because of that Koach, there was already Kilu, a Shoresh there. It shredded that Mokum. It was already a Mokum there for them. They made a Mokum. Therefore, there was a Spashtus able to go into that Mokum. Right? Ve'eluhem, habechina shenispashtu der hakavim, lehalbishu at chesed v'gvura netzahol. Those are all the oros. The oros now all flew into them. All these oros now, there was a halbosh of all those oros inside those hispashtus of kelim chochma v'bina. Chochma bina, that's right, and kesed.
Why Netzach Ve'od? And Netzach Ve'od, they went together in Bina first, and then Netzach moved to...
We're not going into the details right now. All the oros went down, okay?
Yeah.
Right. Now the problem with the Lashon here, I thought this is what you're going to ask me. He says, Ve'eluhem. What's Eluhem? Habechina shenispashtu sakabim. It seems to be a little bit mashma here. He seems to be changing his nusach. Before he starts saying it was out the koach shabo. The koach of the nafila made that now we can have his pashtu for the kachab. And then he says, Eluhem. He's talking about the achoraim shel abba ve'ima. Eluhem. They are they. They are them. So the shaila is, I had a problem reading this, is the ma inyano. What caused the spashtus of the kachab? We can have klena chakira here. Is it mikoach the nefilo? Or is it mamish because of nefila? The hainu, the bechinas of nefila, the bechinas that fell, b'shas nefila, which was the achoraim abu b'yema, actually that is the goof of the spashtus. You understand? We're not learning now. You could learn. There wasn't the two stodim is like this. Are we talking about two inyanim, two nefilas kilo, or let's be more meduya, one nefila and one ispashtus, right? Or we're talking about it's all one inyan. It's all one inyan. There's only one nefila, and that nefila became into the ispashtus, which the all would be able to go into.
If the nefila caused the ispashtus, what's the difference between the two?
What do you mean it caused this pashtus? That means it turned into this pashtus. Pashtus just means it became a malbush.
But his pashtus isn't a nefila.
That's one side.
No, but
you can learn there's nefila lechud, is pashtus lechud, or you can learn it's all one thing. When the nefila caused the ispashtus, the hainu caused that it should become in a levush.
Wait, when the Chochmah Bina, when they expanded, in order to allow other things to come inside.
Yeah, other oils. Yeah.
So that wasn't a nefila; that was his vashtus.
Yes.
Yeah. But so, in other words, the actual, what do you call it, metzias of his vashtus.
Yeah, but when did his vashtus happen? It happens b'shas nefila.
Well, by definition, why was that the original question?
Not why. I'm saying when. I'm saying when.
Why it happens is the original question, but the fact that there is a nefila made a Chochmah Bina or whatever wake up and expand. So whether the nefila pushed, as it were, the Chochmah to expand, or whether the Chochmah saw the nefila and decided to expand by itself, it's the same thing, no?
No, I'm not following you. There's two things you can look at it like you say. You're looking at it as two separate ma'uras, two separate ma'asim shahaya. There was an nefila, right? And then there was another happening called an expansion of.
Right, that's what you said. That's what you said until now.
Yes, correct.
Right.
Or you can learn like that. There's only one ma'ase expansion. You can touch it up in two different ways, though. You can touch it up as that expansion was actually nefila. Or you can say, and you can. That's one way to touch it up. It was an expansion, but that's called nefila. And as well, it created a spashtus in order to enable that the oilers should go into these expansion kelim, expanded kelim.
Well, is expansion a nefila?
That's exactly what we're clearing here. That's exactly
why should expansion be a nefila?
It could be. I mean, expansion is this way.
Now, Now the pashtus of the Lashon over here, he's learning it as two different things, like we read it originally. He says like this, Ve'inirhu ki haya mikoach oisam achorayim. That's part, mikoach the achorayim. It wasn't the achorayim. It was not the achorayim. It was the koach. Then he says, Ve'elu hem. Now the Lashon in Mavor Sha'arim, it's brought down here in the Shemesh. He says the Lashon much darker. He says, V'gam b'sefer Mavor Sha'arim, Shaar beis, Chelik beis, pereck vov. Kasa v'zeh Lashon. Listen to the Lashon. It's a bit different here. V'zeh Lashon. Sham. Hispashtus hazeh hu atzmo b'chinas achorayim. There is stark. Right? There you can't get away from anything there. There he says mefurish is hanahach. Hispashtus hazeh hu atzmo b'chinas achorayim de'aba v'ima shenoflu atsham. V'lo noflu loisem means lemata. That's klop. So there we have a mefurish Lashon there in Mavor Sham that we learn that it's hanahach. There's no two different periods of time, right? Mavor Sham, as we learn, we take on is Basel de Basra. Yeah, it's a later Madura in all the Kisvei Arizal. So the very stark Zach over here. A very stark Zach. The Yafish Shah, therefore, and the Shemesh take on Halacha L'maisa. The attack. There wasn't two things. The Nefila turned into hispashtus. It wasn't mikoach, the Namadaik so much in this word, mikoach, it was actually ve'eluhem. This was the bechinas of the achorayim. Just to get the picture clear, that's enough for me now. Okay?
Well, you're saying hispashtus is nevila.
I'm saying hispashtus is nevila, yeah. That's what I do. Do you hear the Lashon of here? The hispashtus...
That's what this expansion is.
Did I listen to it? Hispashtus hazeh.
Doesn't have to be.
Hispashtus hazeh hu atzmo b'chinas achorayim.
Shinaflu.
Shinaflu. Double shinaflu. Right? Those are it's hanach. But I have to tell you. What?
Till now we learned that beforehand we had a lot of things happened, and then you had the
so the Mepharshim asked this question. They said it doesn't work in the Seder that we're learning over here, because we know that first of all the Achorayim fell at different times.
Yeah.
First the Achorayim the Abba and the Achorayim the Ima, and here's Pumfaket. First Bina expanded first, and then Chochma expanded first. Remember the Or is completely Faket, and it happened different times. Then it happened B'shas Tiferes broke, and then they both fell. They fell at one time. Here we're learning it fell at a different time. So we have a lot of Mepharshim that don't learn like the Shemesh and the Yafishah, which is the Re'im, not the Rishon Re'im. We have the Eshel, we have the Kerem Shlomo, the Bethlehem Yehuda, the Gehenna, Shem and Sosan. They learn not like that. They learn like the Pashas, like you want to learn two different Ma'uls, two different cases. You had a Nefila, and after that, B'shas Tikkun, as we're working through the Tikkun now, then you had expansion of the Kilim called Hispashtus, right? What are you going to do with the Lashon here? So they matche the Lashon of the Mavor Sham. They matche the Lashon.
Last time, why Bichlal the Gvor would move to the Kli of Netzach ve'Oid if from the beginning the Kli of Bina expanded?
No, so why did it expand? Because of Gvur.
No, if before the Shviras of the Kli Gvur, you have already the expansion of Bina, of the Kli Bina.
Why? No, I don't think so. No, when did Bina expand? Only after Gvur lost its Keli and was looking for all.
No, if we say that, if we say it's Achor. No, Shviras Achorayim is before Shviras Bina.
I'm not talking Shviras, I'm talking Hispashtus now.
No, yeah, but if you said that Shviras
Achorayim,
yeah. So why Bichlal the Ora Gvura would move to Kli?
Yeah. These Kamakashas exactly how to understand what's Mahalach B'chlal. We have to understand. We have to go through the Rashash. Probably doesn't answer all the questions, but we have to talk on this.
To me, I can't see how it's Hispashtus.
What's the problem?
Is like matam koach. It's not matam chalishas.
Okay, the same is okay.
So attach the words.
Okay, let's discuss this point a bit after. Let's continue. Let's try to finish off the pair. Now that's the first kasha. Now the second kasha is followed. A new kasha. Omna matam lama nispashtu da chesed v'gvura. V'lama lo nispashtu yoter lemata ad mokom netzach v'chor. Remember, as we kept repeating, I told you 2 or 3 times already, how far did Hispashtus fall down to? Fall down to where the Chagat in after Tikkun will be, right? Where the Chesed Gvur Tifer will be. Now, why did it stop there, Pumt? Why Dafka L'Chai? Why didn't it go further down to the Nahi? Why did the expansion of the Kelim only stop the Chesed V'Gvur? So he answers, V'Inyanu. Kine, Kodem Shispashtu Keter Der Kaven Tzayim, Ha'Chochma V'Bina Me'irim Zeh V'Zeh, Shelo Al Yidei Hefsek Klal. Im Heyot Shehayu V'B'chinas Ach B'Ach, Afilu Achi, there was still Chochma and Bina were meir one to the other. Aval Acher Shenispashtu Keli HaKeter Ad HaTiferet K'Nizkar Le'el Hefsek Benegem, right? So we have Chochma to the right side, Bina to the left side. When Kesed came in the middle, he's mafsik between those two oilers. As Poshutu Shebak Sas Hefsed Shel Abba V'Ima, El Abba V'Ima, Shehayu B'Tchilas Me'irim Zeh B'Zeh, Ma She'en Ken Ata. So there was a hefsek, and there was therefore.
What's the hefsek? What's been lost?
1 second, let me finish. You'll see in a minute. He'll explain. V'lachein, explain himself. Lo hayu b'hem koach lispashet b'kol orech hakavim ad netzach. That's the hefsek. The hefsek is it had to stop short. It lost its koach because it had no more. It was sort of getting koach one from the other. And then because Kesed was mafsik between, they had to stop short. They were going towards Netzach, and they had to stop to Chesed v'Gvura. Aval im kol ze hayu mekablim ksas or min haKesed shenispashel b'neihem, or be'ofen shebechinas achat nimshach behem toel shenispashel haKesed. Because then they were able to go down at least to Chesed v'Gvura. Ma shehem bechinas achat nimshach behem hefsed lekach hayu lehem koach lispashel ach lo b'shleimus. They had to stop to Chesed v'Gvura.
Why the Ispashtus HaKeser is the goyrem of the Efsharut Ispashtus till Chesed v'Gvura?
They gave it koach. They gave it extra koach.
Without this, the Ispashtus would have been till Netzach Ve'oid.
No, it wouldn't have gone further than Chochmah. It wouldn't have Ispashit. The Keser which came to them helped them push through till Chesed v'Gvura. But it caused them a hefsed because I understood this as you're pushing a ball. It doesn't move. But once you push it, Kesed gave the push. So therefore it pushed it till Chesed v'Gvura, but it got stopped short because there wasn't enough. It was mafsik between them, and they weren't able to continue the momentum onwards. It stopped it. It was a mile and a chison. Okay, third kushya. Okay, same that we talked about Chochmah, how far it went, Chesed, how far it went, Bina, so how far it went. Now, what about Kesed? As we know, Kesed, how far did Kesed go? Kesed went halfway down Tiferet. Yeah, Chatzi Tiferet. Now, the question is going to be, why didn't it just go down all the way down to the Tiferet, right? To the end. Why did it just stop there? We are
happy with the Shvira. Lemaise, normally we would prefer the Shvira to be as little as possible. So when we say that a Kli is Nishbar and goes to Bria...
This is Tikkun.
No, but this...
Because we're forming, always Gimel Kavim is a synonym for Tikkun. So here, the more of a Gimel Kavim, what's happening? Why is this special? To be Matzil. When it's special, all of them were Chat Samcha. Now they're leaving the Chat Samcha, they're leaving the middle Kavim, they're going to their exact Kavim, which is the Sister Leshem. That is the Hascholas of the Tikkun. So it's a Tikkun for us. It's not a Chison, it's a good thing. So by Kesser, why did it stop short? Now you can't say there's a hefsig, you can't say all these two questions. What's going to be the teretz for Kesser? Be'emes I have to explain to you a lot, says Arizal. And he solves it. Now this is very good because he's going to be masbeh a lot of good yisodas for that we're going to need later on. Especially the yisoda habosha that we spoke about in Ekdamas 2 years ago. Mokom kol hispashtus. We're talking about the olam and Nekudim, right? When they came out from the Enia Ak, remember, and they were mispashet from the Tibra. They came out from the Anaim. They went all the way down the Chazeh of the Guf outside of Ak, down to the Tibor. From the Tibor onward, that's where they came to lights. That's when there was a chalois to all the oilers, right? From the Tibor until Ragle. Ak. So it says, Halo kenege ragle odom kadmon keniska. So the mispashet from where? From the tibur until ragle adam kadmon haniska. Min tibur ad ragle. והנה, כאשר יבוא אחר כך התיקון האמיתי של האצילות, הנה הכל הוא עומד במקום הזה כידוע, ושם הוא מקום האצילוס בלבד, ושם למטה הוא עולם הבריאה. כלום? לא. Okay. Adam Kadmon. Adam Kadmon fills up the whole space. Fills up the whole space.
Which space?
Which space?
חלל.
Remember, we have the Kav coming in.
Oh, there is one, right.
The Kav comes into the Mokum Pono. Remember, it doesn't go all the way down to the Mokum Pono, right? When I mean, call all the space of the Kav, not of the Mokum Pono. So it fills up the ganze, or mislabish is a better word, mislabish the Kav. And what's nogeh to us is the world of Tzilus. So that's our ganze focus. That's where really the Arizal spends most of his time. This is just the agav, to building up until the world of Tzilus. Where's the world of Tzilus on Ak? If you look at Ak filling up the whole space of the Kav, that's the working space, right? That's where all the lamas are going to be. It's only from his Tibur until his Raglov. That's where we come about. But when we come from the Tibur, you can just imagine if we're Lemala, right? So only from there is the world of Tzilus. Under there is the world of Bria, Yetzira, and Asir. And Bria Tachtonim, that's what we're learning in the Shaar, in the Shiur and Kabbalah. Weiter. V'hine, kasher narir kol elu eser. Kol elu ha'eser. Now we know there was 10 spheres that came off in the Ein Anak, from the Enayim of Ak. You can make them into Partzufim. You can make them into 6 Partzufim. Partzuf is Chad, or you can make them into 1 Partzuf. Avapi should be Arnu Shem Shisha Partzufim. And what are the 6 Partzufim? Then Partzuf Ha'atik, or Partzuf Arach Ampin, Partzuf Abba V'ima, or Partzuf Zun, which is the Ampin V'nukva. In Kol Zakol Partzuf Echad Levad Kenoda. Right? Again, this the Volt of Erechim. You can look at the whole Mokum as 6 different Partzufim, or you can say, really, I only have 1 Partzuf. Now we know that already. כי כל אלה הפרצוף הם מתלבשים זה לזה, עד שנמצא שהכל פרצוף אחד בלבד. Since they're so tightly interwoven, and there's such a good halbosh between all of them, therefore they're all considered to be one. Now, ופרצוף אחד דארך אפין הוא הכסר, הוא הכל כל האצילות מלמטה למעלה, ונמצא כי הכסר כולל כל המקום הזה, ונעשה פרצוף אחד. What he means to say over here, is that Keser, that's Loshen spheres. Now let's swap to Loshen Partzufim. Loshen Partzufim in spheres is Al-Champim. Now, you have to remember the Al-Champim now is going to stretch this whole Mokum. And it's going to be the basis, the basis for all there is. Cool?
No.
Again, we're talking from the Tibur of Adam Kadmon to Ragle Adam Kadmon. And in that Mokum came all the spheres. And the spheres, the etzim, they're just immature or premature Partzufim. Each one will expand. That's the difference between Tikkun and Tohu. Tohu means they stayed in immature, Nekudim, very small points. That's why they broke, because they're only Nekudim. Right? What's the tikkun? Tikkun is to make these nikudim into partzufim, to expand them in order that they should also have 10 spheres, and then the fester kelim. Okay? A keli of partzuf Abba, a keli of partzuf Ima, Ar Champin. Now, the highest that we have a shaykhs to is Ar Champin. Avad is Atik, and there's more up there, but what's nogeh to us is usually we start by Ar Champin. That's the first one we really reckon with. Zog the Arizal, it's very, very important to remember this ever, that the halbosha, and the halbosha is the key yesod to understanding all chokhmas and Kabbalah, is how to see the partzufim being laid out, or what's in Loshen Kabbalah it's called halbosha. So Ar-Champi is the basis of all the partzufim. He's lined up from the Tibur de Ak onto the Ragle de Ak. Okay, he stretches. Abba ve'ima will go put themselves on top, or malbish themselves on top of Ar Champim, Migoron ad Chazeh, and then you have Zer Ampim v'Nukve which is coming, which will be malbish under Abba ve'ima michaze al-champin until the ragli de'ak. Okay, or ragli de'al-champin. Okay, that is what he's saying over here. Again, just to recap, that al-champin is the background, is the reka, which will be malbush. They're going to be halbosha of Abba ve'ima on top of them, and then lower to that will be ze ampin v'nukva. Let's continue. We're in the middle of a tirutz, right? Because we're explaining why didn't Keser go further than the Tibur and not further than that. So he continues. V'hine, kasher hu ata mispashed ad tiferet. Now, when Keser is mispashed, remember there's mispashed of the middle kav, which is the Keser to accommodate the oros of das yesod and das tiferet yesod and malchut. Hu atzmo mashi yiye achikar be'ez tikun mokum tiferet shelo mamish. Oh, so now he's megalit us another yesod, that where is the tiferet of our champin? That's mamish where the Keser was mispashet now. Because mispashet mamish in that mokum, even though it's halfway through a tiferet, right, of the tiferet, but that's not nogea. Because what it's actually doing, it's doing something in the future. It's being mispashed where its tiferet will end. For who Abba ve'ima v'hine Abba ve'ima yu malbishim shnei zerotav yamim usmol ad mokum tibur shelo. And Abba ve'ima, there's going to have boshav on al-champin. They will be considered to be the right arm and the left arm. Where until the tibur as well. They only go as far as the tibur. Of al-champin, not of ak. Lechein, yispashet ata keta yoter min hamokom asher אי אפשר לאבא ואמא להספשט אפילו אחרי התיקון, ואיך יהיה כתר קוטן ושופל למטה מהם. Let me just read a few more lines, I'll explain to you. כי הלא מוקם הספשטות אמיתי של אבא ואמא אפילו אחרי התיקון אינו רק הטיבו התפארת דאר חמפין? ואיך, he's just repeating himself, ואיך אתה יספשט הקטע יותר למטה מהם? ולכן זויס הייתה סיבו, this is the teretz, ולכן זויס הייתה הסיבה שלא הספשת הקטע אתה רק הטיבו דתפארת בלבד, full stop. Meaning, v'bal that Abba v'Ima are mispashet, again, no further than the tibur of Al Champin, mehechetesa that Kesef, which is a high bechina, should be mispashet lower.
Why not?
Because
why couldn't it?
Well, I'm telling you, because pasnish that a high bechina should go lower than a lower bechina. Abba v'Ima is chokhmah bina, it's spashed only to the tibur. Kesef that is mispashed, it stops here because it looks to the right, looks to the left. Pasnish, I should go lower than them. The mokum, the lashon is the mokum shofel v'koten limata mehem. Can't be. Lo yitochen as Arizal.
It was. What do you mean that Abba v'Ima lo mislabesh till the tibur? That down the tibur of Ari Champin, something else is malbish Ari Champin. Yesterday Ari Champin. What is malbishit?
Underneath the tibur is za v'nukva,
Which is malbish Ari Champin.
Yes.
Without Abba v'Ima being malbish then?
No. Abba v'Ima is katsikona. They're short.
It's malbish.
Only from the golem until the chazir, and from the chazir until the ragli ak or ragli ak will be.
Why can't these things go below the tibur?
That's their mokum. That's their mokum. That's where the kavua. And since Abba v'Ima were we explained why. I'm telling you, that was the second question. The second question: why didn't Abba v'Ima go further? What do we say? Because the Kesef was mafsik. Kesef mafsik, they lost koach. They only got to the chagat, right? Chagat, the Tiferet, which is until that Mokum, right? Now, Kesser says, well, they stopped there. Why should I go further?
What else? Okay, so then back up. Why did they stop there? Just because the Kesser's in between?
Well, we spoke about that. We said because they lost Koach. There was a hefset.
So in that case, it no longer passed for the Kesser to go further. Because the Kesser knew that they could have gone further. It's just he's stopping them.
He didn't stop them directly. They just lost the Koach because they were Meir. Chochma was Meir to Ima. Ima was Meir to Chochma. And he was mafsik them, and therefore they wouldn't be able to meet. He indirectly got on them to stop there. So he says to himself, listen, if they haven't gone further, for ezetam shiyeh, loch patli, pasnish that I should be seen in a mokum, as I state, mokum shofil. Why should I go in a mokum koton vish shofil lemat? It's not my loshon. Mokum shomehem.
Because it shows his koch.
Sounds right. But that's the Metzias, right? It did not go further for that svara. So we can understand that is a teretz why Kesser, when Kesser's Keli was mispashed, and when we went down halfway down Tiferes, so why only halfway down? So we explained all the information in the background, first half because of Chochmah and then Bina, and because of that, it stopped it from going further. And anyways, that was his Tiferes Amiti. The question really that the Mefarshim ask over here is that it's really a posh the kasha. If you think about it, I just told you beforehand that Ach Ampim, which is Kesser, is mispashet the whole mokum. What do you mean the whole mokum? Until Rag Ledak. So it has gone further. It doesn't make the kasha b'chlal doesn't make any sense. Maush Tochin. Are you with me, Raboisa? Doesn't look anybody's with me. Again, we had Kesser, we had a bunch of spheres, spheres, right? Where Kesser, Chochma, Bina, all these spheres, right? And we said they're only spheres, right? And what we're doing over here, we're expanding them, making them to Partzufim. So Kesser became a Partzuf called Ar Champim. Now, we know that Ar Champim is Mispashit, and is Malbish Adam Kadmon mitibul ad ragle Adam Kadmon. Okay, it fills up the entire space all the way down. When Chochma and Bina, which turns into the partzuf of Abba ve'Ima, they're mispashed only at the tibul. So Kesser comes along and he's spashed. He says only until Tiferes because it passed nisht. What do you mean? But we know that Kesser, which is Al Chapim, is mispashed ad ragle Ak, which is much further down.
Yeah, but that was...
what happened to Spashlish? It goes much further. We said Abba ve'Ima is Katzekoma, right? They only go to the Chazah. They're this far down Al Champin. That's right. And Al Champin itself is mispashed all the way down. They're malbish on him. What happened to the Spashlish and the Shofel? It's
dumb still because beforehand you're talking about from Tibble to Ragli, and now you're talking down to the Tibble.
Don't. With Tibble ad Ragle Adam Kadmon. Right? As opposed to Arif. They're Malbish, Abba Vim is Malbish on Al Champin. Right? You have Adam Kadmon, you have Arich, superimposed, and then you have Abba V'Ima superimposed. That's called a halbasha. One is clothing the other part. So that's the part two. Look at a cylinder into another cylinder.
All in the same place, though.
All in the same place, but how far down are they going down into the world of Atzilus, right? If this is the world of Atzilus, then Al Champin is malbish the whole world, but Abba Vim is only here. How can that be? We said the swallower was Al Champin is not going to splash this down here because he looks at Abba V'Ima and says, well, they didn't go down. I'm going to go down to the Hagleak, but he does. So what's the Moshe Steel, man?
Yeah, but really, this question is just the answer is because you've got Arich before Tikkun and Arich after Tikkun. When you speak about Arich before Tikkun, you don't have Eser Spheros. You got only one Arich, one Oir, and within this Oir you got everything. Keter the Arichan, Gvura the Arichan, all the Spheros. So you can't ask the Keter the Arich to go down in a place that even Abba and Ima is not Malbish. Mashen can after the Tikkun, so what's going down till the Ragle Ha'ak is Yesod the Arich and Netzach the Arich, but not Gvura the Arich, not Keter the Arich. And now, at this stage, before Tikkun, we can't have this Chilukei Darges of Eser Spheres. So if you want Arich to go down, everything will go down. That's not possible. You can't ask. You can't demand from.
Okay, with Ar has Eser Spheres, right?
Yeah.
Yes, so let me splash it. The
You don't have-
Netzach hold of
But at this stage, you don't have Chiluk Spheres
Why
now.
not? Yeah, we do. Yeah, inside our
No.
campaign, this is where it's coming from. We're seeing this, that the fact that it can splash it, we're seeing that it's letting go of this inyan of Nekuda Achas, is becoming a paltzuf. This is again, this is the haschala of the tikkun, but it's on the lines what you're saying. The mefarshim add in the Yafishal. The Yafishal over here in Ois Aleph, he says like this on Otzrot Chaim. He says the vault is there's nothing there to mispash it on be'etzem, meaning like this, that Ar Champin can mispash it, even lifnei tikkun. But the problem over there, his loshen is the Arid doesn't want to be orum over there. He's happy to go down as long as there will be an halbosha there. But without zav and nok are not up to there yet. Therefore, you find the Arid's coming down. Abba v'ibam is milabish the top part, and he's going to be by himself down there orum. Nobody's going to be malbishim. Only later on, so he's waiting till Za will come about and also mispash. The Kalim will come down. From we'll see the way it comes down, then he's going to mispash it. But you're right, there's a chiluk between Lifnei Tikkun and Achet Tikkun. Okay. So, there's one more question. One other question is that really the Yesod, the ganze Kasha b'chalal he pishton, why not? Because he says, he takes on, the Arizal, his kasha was, lama nispasha et hakeseh ad tibur v'lo lo yosef. Well, slicha, because the Arizal told him himself there is mispashet more than the tibur. When was that? You remember when? When the das, which was in the Kelev, the Malchus, went back up, is mispashet, then the all of Keseh, the Kelev Keseh was mispashet lower down, to envelop the ganze Tiferes. Remember, originally it was only half Tiferes, that's where its kasha would be a good kasha. But if you got a prat, kilo, that once das went up, then take, the keli expanded further, and is able to bolea afilu kol hamokom hazeh, right? All of Tiferes. So that's more than the Tibur. What's going on? He says, the Tibur, it's not true, it's more than Tibur. A lot of Mefarshim have this discussion. One of the Mefarshim is behind that. It's the Otzrot Chaim over there, the Rashash, of the Noshon Shapiro. And Ois Kuf Tes, he has the kasha. The Degla Abba asks this kasha. That's Rav Mimran Yuchas, and the Bet Lechem Yehuda, the Leshem. They all ask this question. The Leshem is in Sefer Klolim Klal Hey Anav Dalet. Bet Lechem is often not. So they all give the same teres, Baruch Hashem, nothing not hard to remember. They said the etzim out the keli keseh for itself is only spashed. It only has a koach, take only to splash, only koach or cheshek or whatever you want to call it until chatzi tiferes. That's all it wants. Additive, not more than that. We know that they went further. That is zokta. That's mikoach das. Das kilu force keseh to outstretch itself, but out the koach of das, the kesef itself, it won't have gone more than the tibur. That's pshat in the cash over here. It hasn't gone further because out itself, but something else about it can make it more go further than it wants to, than it has to. Okay. Right. Now let's continue. We're going to make a sikum of everything we spoke about and a bit more. That's going to be already introduction to the next pereck and Shaar Berud, and that will finish the tikkun. The Shiur here. Sagt Ve'ata re'ei ve'haven Ech Atzilut lo nitkan bepam achas. And Mepharshim says it doesn't mean only Atzilut, it means all the worlds. When you come in the end of the Ark, the Olam al Nekudim, as we spoke about, and Tanta and all that, Nekudim, all that, we see how everything happened. Rak le'at bo tikunam zeach hazeh. That's the derech. Nothing can happen straight away. Everything takes time. Obikol pam hayanosef bo ketzat tikun. Every time a little bit more tikkun, a little more. Now, what's the definition of tikkun? That's very important. Tikkun is a very general word, but what ma pirush tikkun? Ki ari b'tchila lo naseh b'chinas keli b'shum ponim b'shum ofen. V'hine noda. This is a very important line here. Ki noda ki kol hatikkun Eino ela heyot ha'or milubash bekelim. To some the types of tikkun. Tikkun meant that when od melubash, I have it underlined mine. Od melubash in kelim, that's taichin tikkun. Kidei, why is that called a tikkun? Manaf kamin, it's in the kelim, outside the kelim. Why? Kidei sheyochlu tachtonu lekabel or elyon. Because that's considered, that's the whole tafkin in a nutshell. What we're trying to do here, what the Eibishter is trying to do over here, what he is doing, is putting all on a keli in order to tzamtzen the or, because you cannot mekabel all directly. Always have to become through a keli. Now the keli we're talking about, keli means olamas, keli means guf shel ben odam, keli means everything that we see is keli betzim. There's always a neshama or a nitzut which is behind it. That's very, very important. The Leshem just adds in this. Two nekudas over here. First nekuda is out the tachtonim. The toelis, the tikkun is the toelis is, or the tikkun's out the tachtonim. There's also tikkun for the parts of itself, because the parts of itself can mekabel just all. I need to take a keli which is roi to mekabel the keli, the all. You understand? So therefore, when the all comes in a proper keli, that's misakin the partzuf, and also is misakin it in order that he can pass over the shefa to the tachton. That's the lesson of it. Weiter. V'hine lo hetzri b'chinas havayas keli rag b'olam al akudim. Akudim was the first mention of keli. Again, we saw in Shaar Gulim. We spoke about the kelim of Ak, but that was tam be'erchim. Ulam lo nishabe rag keli echad lekol eses sfir shelo. Remember, as we spoke about, akudim means to be oked, to gather up, right? In order to gather up, meaning what? All the orders came out in one kelim. The Rav Shalom explains that really, there were 10 kelim there, but the veil between each kelim was so minute, it all looked like one kelim. But avada, there was a separation, because now they would all be one all. Kodem shenishpu nitotzev bo k'tzatz tikkun. And what was that tikkun? V'hu ki nitzhave kelim le'eses sfiros. Then we really had their own kelim. V'gam tikkun sheni k'shlosh elyonim yotzu v'nitkenu b'der shlosh kavim. That's another shlab in the tikkun. The tikkun process was, it became 3 kavim as opposed to chat samcha. Ma she'enken b'sheva tachton sheyotzu zeh al gabe ze velo nitkashru k'nizka le'el. Right? Do you hear? That's a very important word he's saying. That even though it's chat samcha, the chisora of chat samcha is because there was no catch. You know what chat samcha means? They're one under the other. And each one tried to take the all, each one tried to be the melech, and it broke, it shattered. It didn't mekasher one to the other. It says the lesson, the ultimate in tikkun is chat samcha. Is chat samcha. As I look there, just right there. Pasha didn't know what you want to talk about. Chat samcha is the taich and toe. Tikkun is pshat that there are 3 kavim miskala. Right? What are you saying? So it must be a bit more. He says no. It's the ultimate chat samcha, because that is the ultimate in sharing takid. They're the closest together, and they pass over the shefa one to the other. He says over here, because there the chisan here lo nitkashchu keniska, because there was no shaychus between das, no shaychus between chesed. There was a pure goma between each and every single one of them. Mashaken, if there was a yichud between all of them, that is the ultimate, even more than gibel kavim chidush.
Where do you see that when it's kosher, it's best, even chat simcha is better?
The Rashash says.
The Rashash, okay.
Yeah, the Rashash says. After that, then we had the word of Nekudim after Akudim, and they broke. He talks about Tikkun Mach, and then there was another Tikkun that happened. What was that? V'hu ki gam hasheva tachtones ha'or shelem nidlabeshu dereg kaveh ha'kesef v'chochma v'bina kenizka le'el. So we saw over here that once, when the kelim broke, the oilers went into 3 different kavim, which already again was a sign of tikkun. Ve'achakach, kasher, it's all a sikkum, this is good for us. Ve'achakach, kasher ratza matzi litaknam, hele es akelim ba'atzilu. This we have not seen. This is the next pereck of Berudim. But what's going to happen? We're going to see in this pereck the we saw that there was an aliyah of the all, and the next pereck we're going to see there was an aliyah of the kelim from bria, yetzir asiyah into Atzilus. The kelim are going to go back into the thing, back into Atzilus. Beseder Kavi, and they're going to go into Gimel Kavi, because if not, you haven't gained anything. They go back into Chatzaramcha. Kemoshi is by Bezat Hashem. Va'achika nase bechinas Kavim ba ibo rishon shel zun. One thing I want to ask you is that what was the ganze purpose of this? If you think about it, that they were all there, and then they taka broke, and they went into Bia, and then they're coming back into Atzilus. What is this? A game? Atzilus into Bria, from Bria back to Atzilus. What's the to'elis of that? What's the to'elis of that? What do you gain from that? Did you gain any thrill of breaking this kelim, falling into Bia, and back up again? So you can tell you, well, they came back up in three different kavim. Well, you could have done that as well. You could have just separated them. You didn't have to go down. Very important to understand this. Because what happens, you understand this when you get into kavanas and everything. You understand the reason why you have to go down into Bria is because of the chisaron and the kelim. Why does anything break? Because it's not strong enough. Why is it not strong enough? There must be some deficient aspect of the kelim. What we call sigim, impurities. Because of these sigim, it's not pure. Therefore, the Eibishter, what he has to do? He has to kill it. He has to destroy what he had and rebuild it from scratch. What does that give you? You made the puzzle and you broke it. What does it give? No, because when you broke it, the sigim go away.
Why?
How do you mitah keli cheres? Shvira. You put it back together. What do you do? The tumah comes back. No, it's pokea. The kilo, the tumah is mamish. The Moshe just thought of it now. The tumah goes out from keli cheres. The sigim created the Yitzhahara, created the Lamas Achitzoinian, created all the tumah in the world, happened because of the sigim that once upon a time in the Atzilus. They stayed there, and all the kelim came out pure. Tov. And then they were able to go into the Gimel Kav. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to go into the Gimel Kav. They had too much in their cup, let's say, right? Because they wanted to be moilch for themselves. They had something in the cup. I don't need anybody. I want to be moilch for myself. I want to take all the oil for myself. That's what they had in their cup. Because now they broke. So they had to go through a tchisa meisim, come back, the nayib briyim, and therefore they can go very nicely into the Gimel Kav. That's very important to understand your side. That you need that in the Kabbalah as well. Weiter. V'achigan is pashet sod shisha ketzovas b'zman yenika. So I'm sorry, just skip. V'achikach, when after that happened, v'achik shenasu b'chinas kavim ba'ibo rishon shelazim. We'll speak about that later on in the Shaar. We'll see that all the kelim go into bina. That became the ibo. That's going to be the creation of the zah. The notes of tikun shein shnichnaso or tocha kelim. Then the kelim go tuck into that and into the kelim. V'omnam adayim lo hayu rak shlosha kavim belvad. Asher zeh nikra etzleinu tlat kelilan tlat. Now, what does it mean when gimel kavim? I'm very bothered about this lashon. Look around the fashion. They don't tell on it, but I'm very bothered about the word here gimel kavim. What it means to say is you had gimel tzviras over here. Means is that what did you have? What was the zun? The zun that broke, right? We're talking about etzim. It's six spheres. Das we don't really count. Chesed until Yesod, right? That's the etzim zah. They broke, right? So the 6 now will become 3. The 6 will become 3. 3 on top 3. Tlat, kelilan, tlat. So they interpose themselves. The meaning is that the nahi will be malbish the chaget. The netzach will go onto the chesed, the hod will go onto the gvura, and the tiferet will be malbish. Sorry, the yesod will malbish the tiferet. Okay, so the nahi will be malbish the chaget. That's what's we're going to find it in bina. In bina, which is the mother, the em abonim, she's going to find her as we find a baby. A baby, if you look for a baby in the mother's stomach, its knees, its nahi is on top of its chagas, right? That's the crouching position. That's tlata kalila tlata. So it's not really gimel kavim. We know it's gimel kavim. The chiddush over here is only kilo 3 spheres.
I think you mean as well to say that really Bisafina Tubo. Really Bisafina Tubo. Yeah, I would have said that.
Bisafina, yeah.
Yeah, that Gimel Kavin Bilvad. It means that there is no connection between Tiferes and Chesed Gvur and Netzach Odem Yesod. Only three Kavim and not this.
No, they took the Gimel Kavin. They got the Tikkun, right?
Yeah, they are in place, but there is no connection with Chesed Gvura and Tiferes. And then just after, ואחר כך נספשתו בסוד ו' קצוב בזמן היניקה.
No, meaning, ו' doesn't mean, it means they separated. Then Nahi went down.
Nahi went down. But if you say so there's no Kavin at all, there's three Nekudas at the beginning, not Kavin.
That's why I'm bothered about this Lashon Kavin. It's not really, the Nekuda is not in a Kavin. The Nekuda is Gimel or Shesh. What we see now is a little child born in the mother, right? Ibul. That's the Ibul, that's the Tikkun Rishon. And what you see is that the baby's legs are crouched on its chagas. So his nai is on a chagas. That's what you see. That's tlat, klira, tlat. And then the shas unika means it was already born, is mispashit its legs, right? So now you have 6 spheres now. V'achagav is man mochi, which is man gadlus. When it grows, nishlam kol asara. Then it's fully stretched out. Its chagas becomes its chabad, its nahi becomes its chagad, and he gets the 9 chadashim. We'll learn this all later on. Don't worry about it. Let's continue. V'od aya shinoi acher, meaning the difference between shas tikkun and shelo b'shas tikkun. Ki betchila kodem shehaya shum ibur afilo rishon shel hazon lo yarag or v'keli mitzumtzum. Right, the all came into a very tzumtzvik keli. That's why it broke. Achakal nigdal keli v'nidrache besod parts of God. This is what I'm telling you the whole share. There was difference the tikkun and the tov. The tikkun was a keli mitzumtzum, was a nekuda ketana, and the tikkun was what? Nigdal hakeli. This is very important. Nigdal hakeli v'nidrache besod parts of God. Every single nekuda became a partzuf. Then you had 12 partzufim. V'kedesh lemhami ta'or, and the tafkid was them. Why? Ki, in order to memait the or, ki ze ika kavanas atikun kemosh izbar v'kavan b'znat l'shem izbar.
So, a few questions. Just a question. First of all, the reason why the kli was nishbar, the beginning, the first skelet, kli adas, kli chesed, gvura, because the oil of all the spheres went into this kli, and kamuvan it was too strong, and maybe the kli was nishbar.
Okay.
And then we ask why the kli of malchus was nishbar. It was only oil of malchus, and the answer because of the reshima. That's what you said.
That's one tilt. Yeah. Not tilt because it was just a very premature keli. He couldn't even take his own.
Yeah. No, Kilu, I would have thought now that when the Kelim went back from Bria to Atzilus, and each one has got his own oil, no need of special strength.
No, that's part of the tikkun process.
Yeah, but
that's how it's able to makabel its own oil.
Yeah, exactly. But it sounds Kilu that no, you need the achavas nigdal akliv nitzchachev besot parsuf gamu k'dei la'amis ha'oil.
Not you're talking about in order just to this is klabed the tachtonim, right?
Yeah.
Klabed the tachtonim, you have to mad order for the tachtonim to mekabel, but klabed atzmis, it doesn't have to.
We didn't have to say what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so with that we finished the Shaar Nekudim, Baruch Hashem, and now we're going to start the Shaar Berudim, which is called the Olam HaTikun. So Baruch Hashem, we're out of the Tohu, in and into the Tikkun. Hashem.
בעצם the tikkun is done, tikkun of oil is done already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
no, not really, because they have to go into the kelim in order to finish the tikkun. Right now,
yeah.
Okay, shkoyach.
Shkoyach.